I wanted to thank President Bush for the millions of FEMA trailers that were brought down there. Now I wanted to remind the president that the job's not done, and he knows that. And I just don't want the government and President Bush to forget about us. And I just wish the president could have another term in Washington.
Wait a minute.
You know, I wish he had another 4 years, man. If we
No, I've always, you know, a dictatorship would be a heck of a lot easier. There's no question about it.
I'll tell you, you know, the only thing I can say about that is I live in St. Bernard Parish, and I've born and raised right there. I fished off them levees, and them levees held up during many hurricanes that came through. And you know, back in '65, it was a proven fact that the levees were blown up. And I feel my opinion about the levees is a little bit different than some other opinions, because I was actually on my roof when the levees broke, and I just, you know, have concern that it might have not been a weak levee. I rode my bike on that levee as a child. To me, the levee was like a Great Wall to China. I was inside the levee protection system. I felt safe. We bared the storm, and then, you know, next thing you know, the levees was breached. And you know what? Sometimes the levees will breach to protect other cities.
Oh, don't give me the conspiracy bullshit. Come on, you're a more intelligent man than that. Well, come on. I mean, come on. Listen. There has never been a conspiracy in this country.
The latest theory also is partly rooted in fact. In 1927, the levees were bombed to save parts of the city, and black neighborhoods were inundated.
Let's go back to 1927. 1927 is not the only time that it's been recorded that the levee has been purposely breached. There have been occasions historically where the black residents have taken the levee and armed themselves to stop someone from coming and breaching the levee purposely, because they know that this is a history in the region when you want to save the rich community to let the water flow into the poor community. I'm talking history now, but we do have to look at what happened and transpired in this event, and we need to look at that seriously.
It may seem odd that I'm discussing this, but I like history. But I do know that the Corps of Engineers was developed from a flood in Louisiana back in the 1920s, when the local authorities saw the Mississippi River raging down to New Orleans, and they blew up the levee in Plaquemine, deliberately flooded Plaquemine to save New Orleans.
Destruction of New Orleans' heavily poor, heavily black 9th Ward was neither an accident nor an act of nature. Harsh words at a congressional hearing.
I was on my front porch. I have witnesses that they bombed the walls of the levee. Boom, boom! Mister, I'll never forget it.
No one will be able to be armed. We will take all weapons.
It was a human drama with emotions and tensions running high. Patty Connie is still trying to recover physically and emotionally.
They really did a number on me.
From the day police forced her from her home.
It was traumatic. All of us in the back door, they said, let us in.
Patty tried to explain. She was on dry land, she had plenty of food and water, and didn't want to abandon her dogs. But it didn't matter.
If you see 6 or 8 police that look like linebackers pushing you in a corner, you're in shock. I'm saying, look at all my food. I got plenty of food. They kept pushing me back, and ended up like this.
Then, Patty showed them a small revolver she was carefully holding in the palm of her hand.
Look at my black and blue marks. Look at what they did to me. They dragged me out of here. I really thought they were going to kill me. I really did.
We were coming back across the lake is when we got stopped by Coast Guard and St. Tammany Sheriff's Department and the National Guard by gunpoint.
We had identification. We were coming back from a house that we were taking the weapons out of, so criminals wouldn't break in and steal them. And we've had policemen tell us that that's what they wanted us to do. but not the sheriff in St. Tammany. They just wanted to confiscate them from us.
We felt like criminals at the time when they come up to us with M16s or AR-15s, whatever it was, but there was 4 of them with rifles and holding on us with our hands in the air until they got in our boat.
So they got on the boat and they asked us, do you have any loaded weapons? Yes, we do. They're in the 2 back compartments. Wayne went to show him where the gun was, and he screams, don't touch it, don't even move, I'll get it.
I felt like it was un-American and then we had been violated when they took like I say, we were shell-shocked. We were just sitting around looking at each other and said, we just got our guns taken away from them.
They took them. And they didn't have a right to take them. They didn't have a reason to take them. That was the thing. We did nothing wrong. But they took them anyway. He said, be thankful we're taking your guns here. Why should I be thankful? Well, if they catch you with them on land, they're going to take you straight to jail.
We live in proof that all they have to do is say, look, this is the law.
You had that feeling that you were violated. They took something from you. They stole something from you. That's the only way to put it. They took something that they didn't have a right to take.
What'd you come and get my gun for? I'm a good citizen.
Marie Galatis, a Baptist minister, faced the same story in her neighborhood. The same threats by thugs, the same lack of police. But she never once felt afraid.
And I had my Bible, and I had my gun, and I knew I was safe. And I tell you what, I'm a Annie Oakley if you come fool with me or my family. I'm gonna let you have it, buddy.
Marie knows she was lucky. She was never forced to leave home and didn't have her firearm confiscated.
It's going against my constitutional rights as a citizen.
But Marie remembers how upset she got when the police department threatened to take her firearm.
You're letting the thugs get away with everything, and you're coming to honest, good citizens and taking away their protection, and it is wrong, wrong, wrong.
What I feel is that we're losing control of who we are as a nation.
Robert Zoss was forced to evacuate when a tree destroyed both of his family's homes.
Loaded with dogs, kids, people.
Then, as they were exiting through downtown, the unexpected happened.
These cops came out of nowhere, said stop, and asked, do we have weapons in the car? And I told him, yeah, I do. He said, get out the vehicle, had us all sit cross-legged in front while they searched the vehicle. I had a .22 long rifle. My tenant's girlfriend had a .22 pearl handle revolver given to her by her grandmother or grandfather.
But Robert couldn't believe what he watched police do next to his rifle and his friend's pearl handle revolver.
I saw them smash her gun given to her by grandmother, grandfather, just against the curb. The other things that they busted up, the .22 rifle they busted up, these were police officers that went too far. We didn't have any rights. I mean, they treated us like criminals. They treated us like if we were in a third world country. I was scared because these guys weren't doing it by the book. There was mayhem. New Orleans police did not have control of the city anymore. So the only plan they thought, I guess, was to take the guns away from the people. Heed the warning of what this was. You know, this is like Australia. All of a sudden, boom, they got our rights.
As we came out under the drawbridge, a St. Tammany Parish sheriff's boat run up with their lights flashing, told us to pull over. So we pulled over, and they pulled in about 20 foot from us, and they had 5 guys in the boat, and they had assault weapons, and they pointed them at us and asked if we had. They asked where we were going. Told them we were contractors for Pala Interstate. We were going to New Orleans to find a route to come in with a barge. So they said, okay, we're seizing these weapons. So I said, I want a receipt for my guns. They said, no, we're not giving receipts. I said, if we give receipts, we'd be out here all day writing receipts for all the weapons we've confiscated. It made me angry when they told me to go get a lawyer if I wanted my guns back. That's when I really got angry. They didn't care what your rights were. They were going to deny them. It's not America as we've known it before. It's changing.